Hey guys, Vedatene and welcome to my Skylanders Danganronpa killing game, where I've gotten all 32 of the original Skylanders, and we're gonna have a killing game to see which 5 are the best Skylanders out of the original. So, let's jump right into it. And the first, already a double murder of Dino Rang and Hex. An investigation begins to discover clues about the killer. Only 30 left. Bash votes for Ghost Roaster. Boomer votes for Bash. Camo votes for Igniter. Chop Chop votes for Stealth Elf. Cinder votes for Chop Chop. Double Trouble votes for Zap. Drill Sergeant votes for Wrecking Ball. Drobot votes for Camo. Eruptor votes for Drobot. Flameslinger votes for Double Trouble. Ghost Roaster votes for Terrafin. Gilgrunt votes for Spyro. Igniter votes for Stump Smash. Lightning Rod votes for Gilgrunt. Prison Break votes for Chop Chop. Slam Bam votes for Stealth Elf. Sonic Boom votes for Drobot. Spyro votes for Warnado. Stealth Elf votes for Prison Break. Stump Smash votes for Eruptor. Sunburn votes for Igniter. Terrafin votes for Eruptor. Trigger Happy votes for Prison Break. Voodoo votes for Stump Smash. Whamshell votes for Sonic Boom. Whirlwind votes for Eruptor. Warnado votes for Gilgrunt. Wrecking Ball votes for Zap. Zap votes for Flameslinger. Zook votes for Whamshell. So let's see who the killer is. Eruptor. He was the killer and is executed. Let's proceed to Chapter 2. A body is found. Prison Break and Wrecking Ball. Okay. Bash votes for Zap. Boomer votes for Ghost Roaster. Camo votes for Drill Sergeant. Chop Chop votes for Sonic Boom. Cinder votes for Drobot. Double Trouble votes for Igniter. Drill Sergeant votes for Warnado. Drobot votes for Camo. Flameslinger votes for Spyro. Ghost Roaster votes for Sunburn. Gilgrunt votes for Spyro. Igniter votes for Terrafin. Lightning Rod votes for Camo. Slam Bam votes for Drill Sergeant. Sonic Boom votes for Stealth Elf. Spyro votes for Warnado. Stealth Elf votes for Warnado. Stump Smash votes for Warnado. Sunburn votes for Warnado. Terrafin votes for Cinder. Trigger Happy votes for Gilgrunt. Voodoo votes for Gilgrunt. Whamshell votes for Cinder. Whirlwind votes for Ghost Roaster. Warnado votes for Sonic Boom. Zap votes for Terrafin. Zook votes for Drill Sergeant. Let's see who the killer is. Warnado. On to Chapter 3. The victim is Whirlwind. Bash votes for Chop Chop. Boomer votes for Spyro. Camo votes for Flameslinger. Chop Chop votes for Drill Sergeant. Cinder votes for Drill Sergeant. Double Trouble votes for Zook. Drill Sergeant votes for Double Trouble. Drobot votes for Zap. Flameslinger votes for Cinder. Ghost Roaster votes for Igniter. Gilgrunt votes for Whamshell. Igniter votes for Zook. Lightning Rod votes for Chop Chop. Slam Bam votes for Trigger Happy. Sonic Boom votes for Stump Smash. Spyro votes for Stump Smash. Stealth Elf votes for Terrafin. Stump Smash votes for Igniter. Sunburn votes for Zook. Terrafin votes for Voodoo. Trigger Happy votes for Chop Chop. Voodoo votes for Cinder. Whamshell votes for Sunburn. Zap votes for Double Trouble. And Zook votes for Ghost Rooster. There is a tie between Chop Chop and Zook. One of them will be randomly selected, and it's Zook. On to Chapter 4. Double Trouble and Spyro, so half the magic's gone now. Wait. Oh no. We lost. No, just Voodoo left. Bash votes for Drobot. Boomer votes for Stump Smash. Camo votes for Cinder. Chop Chop votes for Boomer. Cinder votes for Sunburn. Drill Sergeant votes for Bash. Drobot votes for Voodoo. Flameslinger votes for Terrafin. Ghost Roaster votes for Slam Bam. Gilgrunt votes for Sunburn. Igniter votes for Sonic Boom. Lightning Rod votes for Cinder. Slam Bam votes for Flameslinger. Sonic Boom votes for Igniter. Stealth Elf votes for Camo. Stump Smash votes for Bash. Sunburn votes for Voodoo. Terrafin votes for Boomer. Trigger Happy votes for Stump Smash. Voodoo votes for Stealth Elf. Whamshell votes for Ghost Roaster. And Zap votes for Lightning Rod. And the killer is... there is a tie between Bash, Boomer, Cinder, Stump Smash, Sunburn, and Voodoo. One of them will be randomly selected. And it is... Sunburn. He was the killer and is executed. On to Chapter 5. Lightning Rod and Stealth Elf. Bash votes for Cinder. Boomer votes for Whamshell. Camo votes for Drill Sergeant. Chop Chop votes for Cinder. Cinder votes for Gilgrunt. Drill Sergeant votes for Voodoo. Drobot votes for Bash. Flameslinger votes for Boomer. Ghost Rooster votes for Whamshell. Gilgrunt votes for Camo. Igniter votes for Drobot. Slam Bam votes for Zap. Sonic Boom votes for Stump Smash. Stump Smash votes for Gilgrunt. Terrafin votes for Sonic Boom. Trigger Happy votes for Slam Bam. Voodoo votes for Stump Smash. Whamshell votes for Chop Chop. Zap votes for Trigger Happy. And the killer is... tie between Cinder, Gilgrunt, Stump Smash, and Whamshell. The killer is... Gilgrunt. On to Chapter 6. Drill Sergeant and Sonic Boom. Bash votes for Whamshell. Boomer votes for Flameslinger. Camo votes for Chop Chop. Chop Chop votes for Slam Bam. Cinder votes for Ghost Roaster. Drobot votes for Igniter. Flameslinger votes for Boomer. Ghost Roaster votes for Cinder. Igniter votes for Boomer. Slam Bam votes for Trigger Happy. Stump Smash votes for Voodoo. Terrafin votes for Whamshell. Trigger Happy votes for Stump Smash. Voodoo votes for Cinder. Whamshell votes for Zap. And Zap votes for Slam Bam. And the killer is... tie between Boomer, Cinder, Slam Bam, and Whamshell. 2 waters. And the killer is Cinder. On to Chapter 7. Flameslinger is found dead. Bash votes for Ghost Roaster. Boomer votes for Slam Bam. Camo votes for Bash. Chop Chop votes for Trigger Happy. Drobot votes for Igniter. Ghost Roaster votes for Boomer. Igniter votes for Voodoo. Slam Bam votes for Chop Chop. Stump Smash votes for Slam Bam. Terrafin votes for Zap. Trigger Happy votes for Voodoo. Voodoo votes for Chop Chop. Whamshell votes for Trigger Happy. Zap votes for Chop Chop. And the killer is... Chop Chop. On to Chapter 8. It's Voodoo and Ghost Roaster. Okay. Bash votes for Stump Smash. Boomer votes for Stump Smash. Camo votes for Trigger Happy. Drobot votes for Camo. Igniter votes for Zap. Slam Bam votes for Boomer. Stump Smash votes for Camo. Terrafin votes for Drobot. Trigger Happy votes for Drobot. Whamshell votes for Boomer. And Zap votes for Slam Bam. And it is a tie between Boomer, Camo, Drobot, and Stump Smash. Please be... Final 10. Body is found, it is Stump Smash. Only 4 more people have to die. Bash votes for Boomer, Boomer votes for Zap, Drobot votes for Slam Bam, Igniter votes for Terrafin, Slam Bam votes for Boomer, Terrafin votes for Zap, Trigger Happy votes for Drobot, Whamshell votes for Bash, and Zap votes for Igniter. Tie between Boomer and Zap, and Boomer is selected. Final 8. Trigger Happy is found dead. Bash votes for Zap, Drobot votes for Whamshell, Igniter votes for Slam Bam votes for Terrafin votes for Drobot, Whamshell votes for Zap, and Zap votes for Slam Bam. It is a tie between Slam Bam and Zap is selected. Okay, we're at the final 6. So one of these people is just going to die. It's either going to be Bash, Drobot, Igniter, Terrafin, Whamshell, or Zap. And the one who got killed was Igniter. So Bash, Drobot, Terrafin, Whamshell, and Zap escape alive. And Zap was the murderer. Dynarang, Chapter 1. Hex, Chapter 1. Eruptor, Chapter 1, Killer. Prison Break, Chapter 2. Wrecking Ball, Chapter 2. Warnado, Chapter 2, Killer. Whirlwind, Chapter 3. Zook, Chapter 3, Killer. Double Trouble, Chapter 4. Spyro, Chapter 4. Sunburn, Chapter 4, Killer. Lightning Rod, Chapter 5. Stealth Elf, Chapter 5. Gilgrun, Chapter 5, Killer. Drill Sergeant, Chapter 6. Sonic Boom, Chapter 6. Cinder, Chapter 6, Killer. Flameslinger, Chapter 7. Chop Chop, Chapter 7, Killer. Voodoo, Chapter 8. Ghost Rooster, Chapter 8. Camo, Chapter 8, Killer. Stump Smash, Chapter 9. Boomer, Chapter 9, Killer. Trigger Happy, Chapter 10. Slam Bam, Chapter 10, Killer. Igniter, Chapter 11. Zap survived. Killer. Wormshell survived. Terrafin survived. Drobot survived. And Bash survived. And here's just a bunch of boring stuff. If you want to look at it, you can. I don't really like it. And there we have it. Skylanders Spyro's Adventure killing game. Now next week I will be back with Giants. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Share with your friends. Subscribe to V10 Clips and anyone else mentioned in this video. And I'll see ya when I see ya.